Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Ampere circuit law, which is one of the important law in magnetostatics. So we discussed the Biot-Savart's law in the previous video for computing the magnetic field intensity. So Biot-Savart's law is slightly complicated for finding the magnetic field intensity because we have to find the distance between that current element and the point at which you are seeing the magnetic field. We have to compute the distance and we have to substitute vector calculus or the formulas. Okay, so slightly complicated. So we are going for Ampere circuit law, which is a convenient way of computing the magnetic field intensity. So it states that the line integral of H around a closed path is equal to net current enclosed by the path. So line integral of H around the closed path, because suppose you assume a straight conductor, okay, which carries a current I, and we know that the magnetic field is around that conductor. Okay, so it is a closed path. We call it as Amperian path here. So the magnetic field around a closed path is equal to the net current enclosed by the path. This is the definition. So mathematically it is written as integral, line integral H dot dl equal to I enclosed. So H dot dl, so this dl represent the circumference of that closed loop, okay, Amperian loop, and which is equal to I. So when you apply Stokes theorem, then this H dot dl can be written as surface integral of del cross H into ds. So we can compare these two. Okay, this is line integration, this is surface integration. So this del cross H we can written as J. Okay, so I is equal to J dot ds. So when you compare these two equations, we can write del cross H equal to J. So this is the differential equation in magnetostatics. So this is a differential equation. So this is the differential form of Maxwell's equation. Is one of the Maxwell's equation in magnetostatics. So this is the integral form. This is the differential form. H dot dl equal to I enclosed. Del cross H equal to J. So when curl of H is not 0, what is the meaning? It is not a conservative field. Whereas in electrostatics, we discussed del cross E is equal to 0 in a closed loop. Integral E dot dl equal to 0. That is Kirchhoff's voltage law we applied there. And we find del cross E is equal to 0 because E is a conservative field. But H is not a conservative field. So how we can apply this Ampere's law in finding the magnetic field intensity? So this is a straight conductor in z-axis. Okay, so I am assuming a Amperian loop around enclosing this conductor, and this is the small current element. So suppose this is the radius of this loop rho, then this is d phi. So rho d phi represent the rho into d phi represent the small length in that loop. Okay, so when we apply the Ampere's law, integral H dot dl, that is integral H dot dl. This dl is nothing but This dl is nothing but rho d phi into a phi. Rho d phi a phi. This is h phi a phi. So this is h phi a phi dot rho d phi a phi. So why we are taking only phi component? Because magnetic field is in the phi direction only. In other direction, there is no magnetic field component. Only around the conductor, there is a magnetic field. So only phi component is enough. So when you take the dot product, a phi dot a phi is equal to 1. So rho into d phi. So what is rho into d phi? When you integrate, this rho is constant, radius of the loop. Okay, you can take outside. And integration is with respect to 0 to 2 pi because it is 360 degree. So it is h phi into 2 pi rho. So the magnetic field intensity is I by 2 pi rho into a phi. So this is simple, very simpler than Biot-Savart's law. Okay, easier to compute the magnetic field intensity. Next, we are going to see about another term, magnetic flux density. Okay, analogous to electric flux density in electrostatics. Here, magnetic flux density, which is denoted by the letter B, which is related to the magnetic field intensity by this equation. B is equal to mu naught H. So B is equal to mu naught H. Mu naught is the permeability of the medium. Mu naught is the permeability of the medium, and this is permeability in free space, 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. So psi is equal to B dot ds. What is psi? So this equation represents Gauss law for magnetic field. So if you know magnetic flux density, that is you are considering a closed surface, and the magnetic field lines passing through that closed surface is equal to the flux linked in that surface. So this is given by Gauss law for magnetic field, similar to your Gauss law for electric field. Psi is the flux linked with that surface, flux crossing in that surface. So psi is measured in Webers, and Webers per meter square is the unit for magnetic flux density. So how many flux lines crossing per unit area, that is given by magnetic flux density. Now we compare electric flux density and magnetic flux density. So, and we will arrive some conclusion. So in electrostatics, the flux passing through a closed surface is equal to charge enclosed by the surface. So these are the flux lines crossing this surface, which is equal to the charge enclosed by the surface. Hence, you have isolated charges are possible in the case of electrostatics, but in the case of magnetostatics, the magnetic field lines close upon themselves. So they form closed loops. Suppose you take a magnet which has north pole and south pole. Okay, so this is north pole, this is south pole. The magnetic field lines originate, start from the north pole and end at the south pole. So similarly, all the field lines are formed. Suppose if we are cutting this, magnet into small pieces, then each small piece will act as a magnet. Okay, you cannot separate the north pole and south pole. You cannot separate from the magnet. So even though if you are cutting the magnet into pieces, each small piece will contain north pole and south. So there is no separate isolated magnetic charges in the case of the magnetic field is concerned. Okay, so there are no isolated magnetic charges present in nature. Okay, so what we are achieving, what we are deriving is, So the total flux through a closed surface in a magnetic field must be 0, because we can't separate the poles, magnetic poles. So magnetic charges do not exist. So this right hand side becomes 0. So integral B dot ds equal to 0. Integral B dot ds equal to 0, which is nothing but Gauss law for magnetic field. So Gauss law for magnetic field says you can't separate the magnet, okay, into two poles. So it obviously contains the North Pole and South Pole. Even though if you cut the magnet, again North Pole and South Pole will be there. There is no isolated pole you can't create or you can't get from the magnet. So that is why in the magnetic field, that is Gauss law for magnetic field becomes integral B dot ds equal to 0. And if you apply the divergence theorem, then B dot ds, you can write it as del dot B into dV. So if you compare these two, then del dot B equal to 0. So this is another Maxwell equation for magnetostatics. Another Maxwell equation for magnetostatics. So del dot B equal to 0, that is divergence of magnetic flux density is 0. Divergence of magnetic flux density is 0. So it is inferred that magnetic field lines have no sources or sinks because they are closed loops. Okay, magnetic field lines have they don't have definite origin or definite end. So they don't have they have no sources or sinks. Magnetic field lines are always continuous. So that is why del dot B equal to 0. Okay, this is one important thing. And now we are going to summarize the Maxwell's equation for static field. So these are the differential form equation. So in the case of electrostatics, we have del dot D equal to rho V. This is derived from Gauss law. So del dot B equal to 0. This is derived from Gauss law for magnetic field. Del cross E equal to 0 because E field is conservative. It is derived from E dot dl, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, and del cross H equal to J. This is nothing but Ampere's law. So the equivalent differential integral form equations are given here. So this is about the summary of the magnetostatics and electrostatics. So far we discussed. So this is one important table which comprises all the equations. Okay, so far discussed, which includes all the laws also. So we have Gauss law, Ampere's law, and conservative fields, non-existence of magnetic monopoles. Okay, all these concepts are summarized in mathematical form in this table. So thank you.